It's 6 a.m. on Saturday. Let's go inside and see what Brad has going on. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
What are you preparing?
Well, we're doing a little breakfast this morning since the garage for the Cup Series opens at 7 a.m. So I figured give the boys some little breakfast while they get started this morning.
So how many are you cooking for, you think?
Today will be 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 including you and I.
Okay. All right, cool. What's on the menu?
We're doing some sausage, egg, and cheese tacos this morning.
Very nice.
Many hours later.
Well, it's Saturday afternoon, and the guys are busy here working in the tech trailer, and Tim has a minute to talk on camera. Tim, why don't you tell us what you do here?
Sure, my name is Tim Bruce. I am the Senior Track Support Engineer for TRD. I've been with the company since 2012, and that is when the NASCAR Cup Series switched from carburetors to fuel injection. So it opened up, a lot of support was needed for that transition. And so there were a bunch of EFI engineers hired at that time. So basically with the fuel injection added to the car, so the engine is controlled by a computer now, and it controls the fuel injection and the ignition timing primarily. And it also has a data logger on board. So we're logging all types of important temperatures and pressures and driver inputs. So our position is to make sure that the engine is running properly and also take that data and use anything we can in that data to help the race car go faster. So we'll share that information with the teams, and we're also reviewing it to make sure the engines are running optimally and make sure there's nothing wrong. And if there is something wrong, we'll troubleshoot it and try and get it fixed as soon as possible.
All right, awesome. Do you think we can get a look at what you do out there in the field shortly?
Oh, sure, yeah, I'd be happy to show you us, putting engine maps in cars and downloading data and just, making sure the engine's running great.
Awesome.
All right, so today's practice and qualifying day. So this morning from 7 to about 11, all the cars for the Cup Series were going through practice. And basically we're making sure that the suspension is within the limits set by NASCAR, the weight, and the body is all on the car according to NASCAR's rules. They put a tapered spacer on the engine, which is like a restrictor plate, which controls how much air goes in the engine and therefore how much power the engine can make. So now we're heading into practice. They'll be pushing the cars out pretty shortly here. The cars are like impounded, so you can only make certain adjustments on the cars. And we'll go out for practice and we'll probably make 1 or 2 runs. If the car feels good, they'll usually make one long run and see how the tires are gonna wear. If the driver isn't happy with the car, they'll usually stop after 3 to 5 laps, make an adjustment, and then try again until they get it where the driver's happy. Okay, so you can see the laptops on top of the car. Right now, we're getting ready to start all the engines up. So we're checking temperatures, pressures, voltage, all our systems to make sure that the engines are gonna work great for practice. We won't have any problems. Then we're also going to work on transferring our data. So we have different internet networks set up. And it's getting really loud here. But we're just gonna make sure that everyone who needs to get that data can reach it. And if there's any problems with our network, we'll fix that real quick before practice starts. Oh yeah.
2 hours later.
So I spent some time out on pit road, and I got to see the Toyota team's pit, and that's really, really cool seeing that up close. Now I'm back in the tech center with Chris. Great name, by the way. Tell us what you do and your responsibilities here.
My name is Chris Waddle, and I am a network administrator for TRD, but I'm also an IT track support here for our Cup Series teams, actually for all of our NASCAR teams here at the track for the weekend. My main goal and responsibility while I'm here at the track is to set up this network environment that we're working out of. So we have a lot of data, a lot of stuff coming through here between different points of data, some pictures, some other things as well that will come through in this main center right here. So my responsibility is to make sure that information is working, it is correct, and anything is already out of date, I'm first line of defense to work on it.
Well, that's cool. How many years have you been doing that?
I've only been with TRD for almost 2 years now, so a very short amount of time, but it's been a great experience. One thing I will say is the people that I work with is what makes this job excellent.
Well, that's cool. And over your shoulder, or to your right, explain that monitor.
So this monitor right here is what this is a live feed directly from NASCAR. This is what we call a mosaic view. So this is actually a camera view on track for every camera that we have here at the racetrack. So this is the feed that you'll see the broadcasters going to. And it's just different camera views that they will be sending out from the track. And it's the productions, it's whoever's producing the race that weekend are going to these camera shots for this. So this gives us just an overall perspective for every camera along with the race itself and the live leaderboard with timing and scoring there at the bottom middle there. So we even have one for weather as well. So weather obviously plays a big part with racing. So if anything is in the vicinity or in the area, we keep track of that as well to let our teams know, because there'll be times where there will be pit strategies involved or teams want to be out in front if there's going to be rain involved, and it shortens the race. They want to be up front instead of near the back of the pack.
Okay. And just so the viewers understand, this is not the only monitor. You've probably seen all of the monitors here in the tech center. There's some duplicate monitors directly to my back, some with sensitive information on them, so that's why I'm not going to pan in that direction because that's proprietary info and
correct, yeah.
Full of really cool stuff. I'll tell the viewers that.
Yep.
All right, Chris. Well, thanks for taking a minute to tell me what's going on and share that with the viewers.
Absolutely.